Hey everybody! So, I still have my whiteboard, I still have my marker, but I have a problem that maybe we haven't entirely done yet. So, this chapter we've been looking at a lot of data and then putting them in tally charts and turning that into a picture graph or a bar graph. Now we're going to be looking at data in a table. So this is also something that's very common. It's where they have like headings, so you kind of know what categories are in which columns or what information is to be found in each column. So on one of these columns, it's listing all the kids' favorite pets. Some kids have gerbils and hamsters and turtles and parakeets. On the other, it's telling you how many kids match each of those pets. So they're not actually graphing the information, they're just showing it to you in a table with numbers and the related categories. Here they're going to ask some questions. How many children named a favorite pet? How many kids told you answered the question? So how many kids in all did they ask? Well, in order to do this one, you have to combine all these numbers together. And I see right away that 8 and 2 go together really easy for me, and they make a 10. And then I'm going to put the other two together, and I'm going to make a 13, right? So I put 10 and 3 and got 13, 8 and 2 and got 10. Now I just have to put these two together. 23 kids answered the question, right? In various ways. They all answered differently maybe, but it was 23 kids in all that answered the question. Number 2, which pet is the most popular? Which one is the favorite, right? So parakeets, only 2 kids like them. Hamsters are getting pretty popular, but the number 1 pet, believe it or not, was a gerbil. So I'm going to jot that down. Next, how many more kids? Okay, so this is my favorite kind of question. They're not really asking how many in all. They're not asking which is the favorite, which is the least favorite. They want you to compare 2 different sets of data. So when I do these, I always represent the data using a bar model. So I'm going to draw a bar model for the gerbils, and then I'm going to draw another bar for the turtles. I'm going to see which one's longer and how much longer. Gerbil has a nice big bar of 10. Okay? Turtle had a much smaller bar of 3, but they're not really interested in the 10 or the 3. What they want to know is how much different are they? How much more or less would you have to add or subtract to make these 2 numbers exactly the same? So it's almost like they just want this part, right? So this is the part we need to solve for. We have the whole thing. We have the part that's turtles. We need to find the difference. In order to find that small part, you subtract. 7 more. 7 more kids liked gerbils than turtles. So when you're looking at a graph, when you're looking at a table, you should be able to answer how many kids in all, which is the most favorite, which is the least favorite, and then you should be able to compare or combine different categories. Not super easy, but a good question to just talk about, right? And that's part of the reason we did it today as our problem of the day. Thanks, everybody.